So I want to talk to you first about your band, because you said it took about 6 years for all of you guys to come together, and that you're having fun, and it's respectful of your music, and it's a really positive experience. So please tell us about that.
So, when I was in community college at Valencia, that's when I met Bryce. He was kind of the first person I really connected with, and I knew I wanted to work with him long term because he really liked my music. I loved his style of playing, his charisma, as you can see on stage. And so he was kind of the first person I picked up, and I was like, I'm keeping this in my back pocket. And then a couple summers ago, I started working a lot with Patrick in a couple bands. It was just one summer, all of a sudden, we were in like 3 bands together out of nowhere. And so that helps a lot when you play a lot of music together. Then it was like, okay, I want you. And then about a year later, I met Derek. And all of these guys are also, they make their own music. Derek's an incredible songwriter. Patrick is a beautiful songwriter and composer. So check out their music as well. But since they're all songwriters, so they respect what I'm doing and want to make it better, not just play it or play what they want to do, what they want to play, but play stuff that serves the music and the composition. And that's been a huge blessing to me as an artist and as a musician in town. So.
Excellent, thank you. I was really struck by something that you said, and someone else who's going to be playing later this evening. Both of you made mention of this, and it speaks to me about the personal and universal nature of music. You talked about it being kind of a diary for you of sorts, while also kind of breaking down emotional issues for people who listen to you, to relate to maybe work through a thing or two. Can you elaborate on that for me?
For sure. When I was a teenager, coming up in the world, I was homeschooled, so I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but, I was maybe a little bit more sheltered than the average person, and so I had so much time to really observe things. So as I was growing up and just like going through these experiences, being a teenager is like super traumatic. Like, I don't know, like it's so crazy because you're like a kid and everything's great, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, everything's not so great. So as I was, growing up and I was having these experiences and I was trying to process these big complicated emotions, and I turned to music, and I listened to music, of course, and I loved the way that it helped me kind of understand what I was feeling and what I was going through. And so I really wanted to do that as well, and make these, I love to make just, I don't like it when people refer to their music as, oh, my music is sad, because my music isn't sad, but it is contemplative, and I, do that intentionally. So, you listen to my recordings, you can kind of zone out. And that's on purpose, to kind of give you a space to feel what you're feeling and go through your experiences and actually like process them instead of pushing them down and hiding them, like we all love to do. We all love to do that.
We do indeed. That is all true. Your style is unique. It seems to bring together a lot of different factors. I don't want to sound like liner notes or anything, but I would like to know what your influences are.
Yeah, for sure. Early teen years, I listened to a lot of, like mid-2000s folk music. And, around 2012, all the indie music that was super popular, that was like what I listened to a ton. And then I started going to college and I started studying jazz. And that really opened a whole new world for me. Opened my ears to harmony and to melody and to improvising and just a new way of making music. So that was a huge impact on my style. And then eventually it went into 70s funk and getting into that kind of stuff. So all those things have really influenced a lot of my songwriting and just what I like and, what I want to hear. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today, Hannah Stokes.